Shane, in a 12-by-10, it never feels great to trade away Patrick Mahomes. But if you're getting back Bijan Robinson and Malik Neighbors, does that make you feel any different?
I mean, it moves it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, but not. I don't know that this is enough. I like Malik Neighbors a lot. Bijan too. The only way I can imagine I'm probably doing this is if I'm just flushed at quarterback and I've already tried to make other moves and another 2 starters in my lineup minus the quarterback plus the quarterback, whatever, would be beneficial. Now, it's not a bad offer at all. Although, you know what's funny is I keep doing this. I keep talking down Patrick Mahomes until I see him in a trade, and I'm like, no, that's not enough. No, that's not enough. So I guess if this isn't enough, I don't know what enough would be, really.
It's a great point. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's get it. Bitch, let's get it. Woo!
Welcome back, everyone, for another edition of the Destination Devy Trade Show. You know who it is. It's your guy, Ty Declare, at Ty Declare 44 on the former Bird app. And speaking of birds, we have the biggest bird fan I know in the room, Shane Manila. Shane, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I love birds.
Yeah.
Oh, the Eagles. The Eagles. I'm sorry. I get the reference now. Okay.
What is it? I feel like we shouldn't be the ones to pronounce words. Was it ornithologist or whatever the bird one is?
You mean oriodontist?
Sure, that one.
That's not a word. That's
okay.
A dentist. I was trying to say periodontist, but I added an OR in front of it. That's 100% wrong. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we'll leave the grammar for another show, but we're back for another trade show here. So, I mean, Shane, I agree, right? Like if this isn't enough, I don't know what is, but I think it is team dependent. So let's get a little more context. So this person has Dak, Kyler, and drafted May. They have Gibbs in their room as well. So they're adding Bijan with Gibbs. I mean, I like having Dak, Kyler, and May. I still feel pretty comfortable there, but still the Mahomes of it all, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so what does that tell us, though, right? He has all these quarterbacks. That tells us that his league might not actually value quarterbacks for whatever reason. I don't know the scoring, but they might just might not value quarterbacks. So this is likely the best deal you're going to get. And normally when you say that, you're like, oh, well, you're settling. Well, you're getting Bijan Robinson, who's a top 3 dynasty running back, and Malik Neighbors, who's, I don't know, last time I checked on KTC, he was in the top 10. So you're not really settling.
Right.
I'd be okay with it. You know, look, I know what it's like when you're trying to trade players and you are trying to get the absolute most you can out of people. This is a good deal when you don't need a quarterback back.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, the 4-point passing touchdown, you know, it might just lower that ceiling a little bit more, but I agree. Like if that's what you're seeing, that many quarterbacks, it probably is likely the quarterback market is depressed in there. So getting, you know, a Bijan Robinson, an absolute hammer at running back, and then Malik Neighbors, who we expect to be damn good at wide receiver. I can see the path for that deal. So on a certain team, I'm here for it, but in most contexts, I'm going to lean Mahomes until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I get you. I'm going to end up being on the other side of this. I'm going to take the deal.
Yeah.
What fun would it be if we agreed?
Exactly. Couldn't have that. All right. Nick Pick 6, our man, in a 14 team by 11 Superflex PPR 1-5 tight end premium. You want Godwin, and let's call it a late 2025 first, or Deontay Johnson and the 202. Ooh-wee.
I'm confused I'm very confused. I'm perplexed, befuddled.
Yes.
Some would even say bespeckled, bedazzled. I don't know. I'm very confused by this. This is Christopher Godwin in a 2025 first. Pretty easily. Nick Pick 6. Good on you. You received that because I didn't want to blast you because you are a Patreon. And you know, that's basically squad. So I didn't want to blast squad, but no, you did good. Yeah. I like this deal a lot.
Yeah, we're not one to shy away from, you know, blasting when it is, but we like it when our guys are on the right side, right? So, yeah, I mean, Deontay Johnson, Godwin, I mean, choose your favorite. Like, they're probably in that same flat tier of wide receiver. So, if you're going to give me more for one of them, cool. But if we play in the Delta game, I mean, the 202 in a 14-team league, at best, it's what, the 16th overall pick?
Right.
Whereas that 25 first, worst it can be is 14 next year. And it could be something spectacular, right? We don't know the deal of the, where the pick will be, but that just feels like process, right? Give me the free pick upgrade.
And I can use that pick in season. I'm good. I got a 25 pick, another 25 first to move. So yeah, give me that all day.
Yeah, have fun with that, Xavier Legette. All right, in a 10-team super flex, 6 passing touchdown. Dak Prescott or Marquise Brown, Bryce Young, 305 and a 25 third. I mean, Shane, it's a 10-team league, so that the quarterback scarcity isn't there. But I mean, it is just a bunch of yuck for Dak Prescott. But Bryce Young, he's had a good offseason. He's gotten some guys drafted to that room. Like, has your temperature changed on Bryce Young, and where do you come down on this deal?
Yeah, I like Bryce Young a lot. He's someone that I was actually trying to acquire a lot before the season ended. As soon as the season ended, because you knew things were going to change. Not a chance in hell I would take this deal, though. I would be holding on to Dak Prescott. As much as I like Bryce Young, what is his upside? Our hope is that someday he can put up seasons like, I don't know, Dak Prescott, who has got multiple, I think, top 7 seasons, even if he has a little bit of a on 1 year off the next year type of deal going. Mm-hmm. But he's still very good. So, yeah, I'm going to go Dakota here. I believe that's the proper pronunciation of his first name. So, give me Dak.
I think it's what, Dakota Rain Prescott, something
Dakota
like that.
Rain, yes.
Yeah, but Rain with like the cool spelling, not like the basic spelling, because he's not a basic B. But yeah, I mean, I would feel a lot different. This is like Bryce Young, and if you just squish that 3-5 third and Marquise Brown together, make it Terry McLaurin in a third, I might feel a little different, right? Or Marquise Brown and a second or something. Like, I might feel a little bit different, but yeah, just give me Dak here. Like, the roster spots are probably worth more in what you're trading away there than that. Yes. And a 6-point passing touchdown. Yeah, just give me Dak. Oh, Trophy Chase doesn't even give us context, but he trades away a 2-4 and a 304 for a 25 first. I mean, do we need context?
No. Because what do we always say? Well, wait, you're not on the show with me generally. Dynasty trades at 5. But what we normally say is any late first for a future first. And 204 is pretty late first. Not great at math, but 2 is definitely not a first. So it's much later, actually. So no, Trophy Chase did well here, even if he wanted to give us no context. Not cool, bro.
Yeah, I mean, do better, Chase, but also good work on the deal. I mean, we don't have to go into it. Like, yeah, if you can move your 2-2 for a first, yeah, hey, take it every single time. All right, 12-team Superflex PPR with a 2.0 tight end premium. Start 10. Tyreek Hill or Zay Flowers in a 2.8. I mean, Shane, it's Hammer City here. I like Zay Flowers. I like what I can get in the late second, but I still feel like I want Tyreek Hill here.
Yeah, this is hopefully, again, this is one that the good guys are on the good side, because if you're taking Zay Flowers and the 208 for Tyreek Hill, I want to say this nicely, you need assistance in Dynasty Fantasy Football trading. So hopefully you are watching this show and you will accept help. Like, there's nothing wrong with needing help, right? It's about, am I willing to admit I need help and accepting that help? And this person who took Zay Flowers in 208, they need help. They need to accept that they need help.
Right. And I mean, Zay Flowers, he looked good, in spurts last season. I was one of the first ones beating the drum for Zay Flowers, I'd feel. And I mean, 2.8, you see some crazy things fall to 2.8. It could be one of those running backs. It could be one of those first round wide receivers. Like, I can tell myself the story of why someone would take the other side if, they're worried on Hill's going to retire at some point in his NFL career. Right. Oh no, I need to get out. But if I have any semblance of winning, like, just give me Tyreek Hill and I'll figure out the rest.
And you probably should be asking for, I don't know, a first with Zay Flowers. Like, even if it's 110, I can go, all right, at least you got 2 firsts for Tyreek Hill. I know he's aging. He's going to retire in a couple years, allegedly. But yeah, I can't get there with a 208.
If this is a 12 by 12, do you feel any different?
No. Then again, 110, 111, sure. You could talk me into why it's a good idea.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Go get Tyreek Hill if that's the price. Yes, please. Okay. 12. Oh, God. 1 quarterback, Shane. Okay. Screw on your 1 quarterback helmet when we're breaking down these picks. 0.5 PPR. We don't know how many starters. Let's say a 12-team start 10, one quarterback. Do you want 1-6 and 2-12, or
Okay.
that Zay Flowers and the 2-0-2? So 1-6. Well, let's count it out. So Marv, Neighbors, Rom, Brock, BTJ, X. What, either BTJ or X probably.
You're forgetting someone, right? So
Who
I'm
am I
gonna
forgetting? Yeah.
I'm gonna do a solo plug here of Shane Says. Shane Says is a show that Shane does by himself, with no help at all. It's scary most times. It's really frightening. But Shane did a mock by himself. I'm gonna stop referring to myself in the third person because that's just stupid. Shane, I did a one quarterback mock draft. My 106 was a Brian Thomas Jr. because I took John Brooks over him. So if John Brooks is there, John Brooks. If not, yeah, it's BTJ. So anyway, back to the original story. BTJ and the 212ers, Zay Flowers are the 202. Let me see who I was getting at the 202. Just edify. That's not a word. For my edification, let me just look.
We have our one quarterback master, Shane, in the house here, bringing us the breakdowns.
I like my 2-2. I like Brian Thomas Jr., but I've seen Zay Flowers produce in the NFL. And I like what the 202 is going to be as compared to the 212, which is okay. I think I'm going to have to lean Zay Flowers. It's not a hard lean, though. I will say that. It's not a hard lean. I like the flexibility of the 106. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and switch directions, and now I'm going to take the 106. So it's sleeper. So I rejected the trade, and then what I'm going to do is immediately go back in and just offer it back and be like, oh, I fat fingered it.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I meant to hit counter to add a third to your side just to make you feel better. My bad. Yeah. I mean, I want to play the Delta game here, right? Like, let's call it Brian Thomas Jr., X Worthy, or, Jonathan Brooks. That and Zay Flowers, relative startup price or relative production, I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the same arena. But if I had to choose 202 and 212, that's where I'm going to feel a lot better about 202, even though I do think that the middle part of this draft is extremely flat. So if you're very convicted, if your roster screams a need for a Jonathan Brooks and that's your RB1, and like you're going to take full advantage of that pick, or you have a Jonathan Brooks fan that you can flip that to, or you have that X word that you can flip to the Rice owner because he's all tilted right now. I can tell myself the story on the other side, but I think I am going to go Zay Flowers in the 202 here, just based off the deltas.
It's a close deal, and this isn't one where I would just disagree with you just to be disagreeable. It's a close deal. I could see going either way. I talked myself into the 106 because I'm a rookie pick whore. So
yes. Yes, absolutely. We like our rookie picks. It's a fun time of year, time of change, time to just sell off a bunch of picks to get like veterans like this. In a 12-team by 10 best ball, interesting, super flex, 2.0 tight end premium. Got Christian McCaffrey on one side being sent away for with a 1-8, which is Drake May, the 1-9, don't know what that is yet, 2-11, 2-12, and a 2025 second. So Shane, I know you're not the biggest best ball guy, but I mean, a 5-for-1 for Christian McCaffrey, but it's still a 12 by 10, so it's still a shallow league. How do you feel?
Ty, are you or are you not in the overreaction pod?
I am in the overreaction pod league. Yes.
Yes. There have been several deals that I've made that I don't want to say mirror. I don't want to say ape this, but they mimic. They appear to be similar to this. So I'm getting the best ball thing. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 starters in best ball. Yeah, give me all those shots. And I love Mr. McCaffrey, but yeah, you can't pass up. Now, if it was all seconds, I'd be like, no, but you're getting a couple firsts and 3 seconds. That's a really good package. Really good package. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you're getting the quarterback, which I mean, locking down quarterbacks that are actually projected to start in best ball, as you probably found in that startup, Shane, right? It's important.
Yeah.
And then, if you're giving me that many shots, that 25 second I can use in season to fill that running back gap if I need it. Again, you're the defending champ, Pistol Pete, right? So you're sending away Christian McCaffrey. You already used Christian McCaffrey. You've gotten what you need out of Christian McCaffrey. You're playing for free now.
Yep.
And now you're just diversifying, adding some shots. I will say, if you're up against roster limits and you already have a flushed out roster, right? I don't necessarily want to do this if I can't make use of all those picks or don't have a plan for those picks. But talking best ball, yeah, give me the 5-for-1, even in a 12 by 10. Yeah. Interesting though. Interesting. In lineup, you feel any different?
Yeah, in lineup, I'll just hold on to Christian McCaffrey. I'm not going to risk 2 late firsts. Obviously you're going to take a little more risk in best ball because, well, you need more shots. So that's where I'll take the risk in lineup leagues, assuming I'm not rebuilding. There's no way I would take this deal. If I was rebuilding, even though those picks are low, there's an argument to take it because he is a 28 or 29-year-old running back, right? I think.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that he's already passed what used to be the age apex for running backs. He's 27, actually. Sorry. I don't want to get yelled at in the comments on YouTube. People get very, very mad.
Ageist. Just an ageist, Shane. Yeah. Okay. We got a Puka deal, Shane. A 12 by 11 Superflex PPR 0.75 tight end premium. I don't want to read all that right now. So, Puka Nacua and the 211 for, come on, what are we doing here? A 24 first, a 204, and a 2025 third. The first is the 105, Shane. 105, 24, and a third for Puka and 211. Even in a 12 by 11, I still want Puka here. I mean, Puka is found money. At one point, you could trade a second and get Puka, as referenced in the wake up chat. So I get that maybe people are still hesitant to put the weight behind Puka's name, but I think Puka's an absolute hammer. Even at 12 by 11, it's not deep enough for me to really want to start to depth out. So, I mean, cross off the 211 and the third. It's a first and a second for Puka. I'll take Puka.
Yeah, I'll take the Puka side too, but I would understand if you needed to take the 24-105 side. So let's just assume you're not doing well at quarterback. You are in a position where it's like, I need to go get Drake May or JJ McCarthy, or maybe you're like, I need depth. It is start 11. I have about 6 starters. As much as I love Puka, he's probably not going to help me win this year. And yes, I know he's only like 20 young, whatever age that is, since he was a rookie last year. I could see that side of it, but I'm going to go Puka. Again, I've seen Puka produce at a level that not many other rookie wide receivers have done. It's like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Odell Beckham Jr., and maybe 1 or 2 other guys in there. It's a select few. So I'm going to hold on to Puka. Feels like Puka is a little undervalued right now. Not specific to this deal, but just in general.
Just in general, yeah. And now, Shane, give me 30 seconds of player takes here. Puka versus Malik Neighbors. If that was Malik Neighbors at 1.5, how do you feel?
Puka.
Yeah. Hard?
No, because the upside on Malik Neighbors is absurd, which is funny because, well, if he hits, maybe he could be what Puka was last year. Right. But again, there's still that fear. I'm human. In case people didn't know, I'm not a robot. I know I'm very monotone, apparently, my tone. But I still, you still have your fears because Puka did have a lot of injuries in college. Mm-hmm. Puka did have bad draft capital, right? So as great as the season was, there's still that little sneaking suspicion in the back of your head, like this could all go wrong quickly. Right. But I would still take him over Neighbors, but it's not like an absolute smash.
Okay. Would Neighbors in the 2-4 be enough to get that Nacua off you?
It would be getting closer. I'll tell you that. Getting a lot closer.
Yeah. So we're close here. We're not all the way there, right? But like I said, I can still tell myself the story, but unless I'm in that context, I'm just going to take Nacua until proven otherwise.
Right.
Oh boy. 12 team. Super flex. Don't know how many starters. Brandon Aiyuk or the 202, the 12th overall player.
I am going to say there are 105 starters. Mm-hmm. And I don't like the 202 for Brandon Aiyuk. Mm-hmm. If it was 8 starters, I would not like the 202 for Brandon Aiyuk. If there were 2 starters, I would not like the 202 for Brandon Aiyuk. No, this is Brandon Aiyuk. That is crazy cheap on Brandon Aiyuk. Nice job. I mean, I hope the dude that submitted this is the one that got Brandon Ayuk and not the
Yes.
202, right?
They sold Lad McConkey to a Chargers fan. So at the 12th overall pick, that they needed that lad.
Oh, look at that. There's notes right above there. If I would have looked at that, Superflex, the Chargers fan wanted lad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good for you, man. Good for you for taking advantage of him. I know a lot of hype behind Lad McConkey.
Yep. Well, hey, if you know your Chargers fans in the league, go send them that lad. Apparently,
dude, that's a player that's got steam. That is a player worth trading.
Lord. Shane, we have a novel here. We're going to try to come back to the novel if we don't need to. Okay. So 12 team Superflex PPR, 2 tight end premium, start 12. 0.25 point per carry, 6 point passing touchdown. Have to start 3 running backs, and they're in the startup. Daniel Carlson is the 103.
Okay.
Okay. So they sent away startup 101. Okay, actually, we have player names. Okay, so they sent away Patrick Mahomes, Chris Godwin, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and Joe Mixon. For Jaden Daniel, Kyler Murray, Dalton Kincaid, the 105, right? 103, sorry, 103,
right,
and X Worthy.
How did they get Xavier Worthy and the 103? Because those are both rookies.
That's a good question.
I'm super confused.
2025 picks. So they're selecting their 2025 pick. So he has the 103 and 2025 already locked up.
All right. So we've got the 2025 103, Kyler Murray. Who else? Jaden Daniels. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Kincaid and Xavier Worthy, and we gave up Patty Mahomes, Godwin, Patty Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill. There's so much going on here.
We have to cross some things off here. So let's see. So Kyler Murray plus what equals Patrick Mahomes?
Kyler Murray and probably not Xavier Worthy.
How about the 25 103? Is it that far for you?
Too much. Yeah? That's too much for him. Let's try Jaden Daniels in the 103 for Patrick Mahomes.
Jaden Daniels in the 103 for Patrick Mahomes. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so Kyler Murray for what? For Christian McCaffrey and Joe Mixon?
Probably Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. And Joe Mixon. That sounds about right.
Okay. So now we have Dalton Kincaid, the 2025 1-3, and X Worthy.
No, we already gave up the 103 as part of Jaden Daniels.
Oh, you're right. Damn it. Yeah. You're keeping me in line here. So we have Dalton Kincaid and X Worthy for Chris Godwin and Tyreek Hill.
So it's a little light. Was there any tight end premium?
Yes. There is a 2.0 tight end premium.
Okay. That's a little closer. I will say that this deal is 52 to 48. Percent, and I have no idea which side.
I think it truly depends on what direction you're going. Look at how many points are on this side. Look how much dynasty value is on that side, right? Yeah. This is a direction choosing move. I'll tell you what, I would feel pretty confident coming out of the startup with Patrick Mahomes, Chris Godwin, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and Joe Mixon that I can figure that out.
Yeah, you're winning this year, absolutely no problem. And the other guy or gal getting all the youth there. I mean, the oldest player is Kyler Murray, who is I mean, I get what you're doing. You're just like, But what's interesting about that, though, outside of Xavier Worthy and the 103, so, well, 2 of the 5 pieces, Jaden Daniels is going to help you this year. Kyler Murray is going to help you this year. Kyler Murray is going to be elite. Jaden Daniels could be elite. Not saying he could be an elite quarterback, pro quarterback or NFL quarterback this year, but he could be still an elite fantasy asset. Mm-hmm. Dalton Kincaid could be elite too. So now the more I look at this, I really do like this side. And I know
every player on this side has upside, you know?
Yeah. I mean, and you know what? And this is part of, like you said, it's your direction. And I'm a guy that usually values youth and upside, because it is hard to look at a team and go, yeah, I just gave up, or I just got Pat Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, and Tyreek Hill, and be like, you lost that deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I keep going back and forth on this.
Yeah, this is a good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's got to be the Pat Mahomes side, but yeah, it's not like it's
Okay.
Yeah, you choose
So
your direction, you take it.
here we go. So they already have the 2025 101, 1-2. They had the 1-6, the 1-7, and 1-8 when the trade went down. So they were already all the way pushed into the future. A bunch of teams built win now in the startup. And then, yeah, just they pivoted, seeing the board, and went for the full youth dynasty value upside shot play.
Mhm.
So I mean, with that context, yeah, I can see it, right? Again, you're never going to feel good sending away Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, and Tyreek Hill in the same deal. You're never going to feel great
Right,
about that.
no,
But
but
I
and
mean,
that's
yeah,
part of what you're, and that's part of the reason you got Jaden Daniels in a 103, and
yep,
because you're taking on the risk,
yep,
obviously. So
yeah. It could bottom out if one or two of those assets don't pan out, right? Have a plan with that 1-3 for next year. But I mean, I think that I would just have fun with the upside side of that one, uh, rather than trying to be one of many win now teams coming out of a startup and then again just locked into some age, which I probably can't move as freely, if that makes sense.
mhm.
Coming out of startup, I like to be flexible as I can coming out of the startup. I don't want to have my direction chosen from me right away. So
Right, and then
if it's
maybe that 103, you flip that for, I don't know. We were just talking about a deal where 105 and Puka we were debating.
right,
Maybe you flip that future 103 for Puka, and then you go, well, what do you think about this deal now,
yeah,
or someone
ba-da-da.
in that range?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And that's the thing. This probably isn't the final iteration of this deal. You can move some of those cats and really turn that into what you want it to be. So I think I'm just leaning the youth here. I mean, given the context, given everything, I think I'm leaning the youth. So good stuff. Good trade. Good
Look,
trade.
I mean, if you want to take the old people side, because you're like, screw this, I'm going to try to win this year and probably next year, and my dues are
Yeah.
paid for the next 4 years. Cool, that's fine. I
Truly
definitely
can't
get it.
fault you. Right. Truly can't fault you. Ben Mason would be on this side of the deal 10 times out of 10. So yeah, good deal. Good deal. Easy, Matt. Easy. 12 by 10 lineup, Superflex, PPR, no tight end premium. Sending away George Kittle, or I guess sending away Mark Andrews, Bijan Robinson, and the 2025 second for George Kittle, 225 first, and a 2025 third round pick. Uh, I would love to know where those firsts are, but give me Bijan Mark Andrews in a second here.
So Mark Andrews in a second, significantly over George Kittle in a third, right?
Significantly, yes.
So it is all about, do you want to pay 225 first for Bijan Robinson? Now, I'm not an advocate of getting running backs, but as I've discussed before, Bijan's one of the people on the short list
Yeah.
that I am willing to pay for. And they're 225 first. I know they're not, apparently, well, they're not his, or they wouldn't be in parentheses. They're
Right.
not his. Also, they would match the name of the. Oh yeah, it's easy, Matt. Okay, anywho, 225 first. I would hope that they're late, because it would really suck if they're not.
Yeah.
But that delays the pain a little bit. I'm good with it. I mean, this is the market value for Bijan Robinson.
Right. I mean, do you want to say like Kittle in a late first for Mark Andrews in a second? Like, does that feel kind of close to you? I would give probably the Kittle side the kick on that. But then if you're asking me a random 25 first and a third for Bijan, I'm taking Bijan every time.
Yeah, definitely taking Bijan.
All
Yep.
right. So yeah, I mean, they have the Lamar Jackson stack as well, if that pushes it even more in that direction now, right? So they got that Mark Andrews, sent away that George Kittle, got themselves a hammer, sent away those picks. They're never going to feel great doing that, but the running back market's concentrated. You got to choose your shots, and this is a pretty damn nice bet to make. So good work, Easy Matt. Okay. 12 by 11 super flex PPR 1.5 tight end premium full on rebuild. We got Brian Thomas Jr. at the 111 and Penix at the 2-4. Interesting. I don't see 2-4 here, but we have Trevor Lawrence, a 25 first, Brian Thomas Jr., and a 2026 first acquired for Josh Allen and James Cook. Shane, what are you thinking here?
Wait a minute. It's T-Law, a 25, a 26, and a 111. What's the 111? Oh, the 111.
Brian Thomas
Yeah.
Jr.
Sorry. Yeah. So they put that up top. I don't know if you noticed that, Ty, but they put that
Yeah,
up top
they
to help
did
you.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's helpful. I appreciate that. T-Law, 25 first. That's not enough for Josh Allen, is it? I don't think it is.
I mean,
T-Law, like any way you put this
yeah.
math together, 20. Well, I guess you could say T-Law and 225 first, or a 24 and a 25 first. Does that equal Josh Allen? It is start 11. I don't hate it. I'd like it a lot better, obviously, if one of those picks was an 826 first.
Yeah.
Or if that 111 was a little higher, but it is what it is. We are where we are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to Joshua Allen here.
Yeah. Hey, like Josh Allen, best player in the deal by far. But then the next 4 best assets are on this side of the deal, right? And then I think James Cook is the part that doesn't move the needle as much for me here.
I mean, you could cancel
26.
You could cancel James Cook and the 111 out. Really,
Brian Thomas Jr. for James Cook, you'd make that trade?
I mean, it's even-ish. It's even enough.
Good
right?
enough. Okay.
So T-Law, 25 first and a 26 first for Josh Allen.
Not a 26 first, right?
Right. I'm not doing it because at that 26 first, I know you can move it. I play in sleeper leagues too, but I just know myself, I'm reluctant to use a 26 pick. Yeah. So just getting it as an asset, it's just too far away for me. It's just, I want something that I can use now because I want to be able to then turn around and use 222 firsts to get another player to add to this roster. And I don't know that I can do that with a 25 and a 26. I'm sure I can get someone, but it's going to be lesser than what I could get for 225 firsts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you had some more context, it might change my tune a little bit. Like if you have Joe Burrow and Anthony Richardson, right, and you trade away Josh Allen, you get this package. Again, I probably don't want Trevor Lawrence coming back in the package if that's the case. But I just think the 26 versus too far out for me right now, unless that's a very convicted bet on an orphan that just got taken over, and you're really staking that bet there. But I think I'm just going to stick with Josh Allen here.
Yeah, and you know what? Look, and if your team is bad in a start 11, I get taking the other side of it because it is hard to build a competitive roster from when you're down bad in a start 11. So, getting this many shots at it, I completely understand that.
Right. I can try to tell myself the story, no matter how I tell that, though, it still feels like I am selling Josh Allen for like 85 cents on the dollar. And Josh Allen just isn't one of those players that I want to do that for. I want to get full freight if I'm moving Josh Allen. Yeah. But, I can see a context where it might happen. But we got a whoa, which, I mean, yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Hey, I feel like we just talked about this, Shane. Mark Andrews or George Kittle in 110 in a 0.5 tight end premium 10-team start 11.
Mark Andrews, George Kittle on the 110. It's only 1.5 tight end premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Kittle on 110.
Yeah. Now, if I told you that's Brian Thomas Jr. Same way. Yeah.
Yeah. Kittle's close enough. I mean, obviously, I like Mark Andrews better, but Kittle's going to put up spike weeks, so it's not like you're getting some jabroni. You're getting George Kittle. So no, that's the package.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. 12-team Superflex PPR 0.75 tight end premium 6-point passing touchdown. Start 2 tight ends. Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniel and Alvin Kamara.
That's Kyler Murray. Thank you. Yeah. Move on. That's not even close.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels isn't in that Kyler Murray tier for you yet.
No, I'd like to see him play football in the NFL. Yeah. The upside's there, obviously, but Kyler Murray, I feel like I'm a broken record every time someone brings up Kyler. Kyler Murray's a top 10 quarterback every year. It's just he is
chronically underrated, and I mean you're adding Kyler Murray to a room that already has Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. Yeah, I'm very good with that. Alvin Kamara, love him for what he can do on my roster, but if I can get any trade value for him and get to a Kyler Murray, I'm down to move an Alvin Kamara. Okay, 12 teams, start 11, 0.75 tight end premium. We got Drake London and George Pickens being acquired for Puka Nacua and a 2025 third.
We don't even need to finish this. It's Puka Nacua. I don't care if it's start 11 or not. No, Puka.
Right. Just Puka is just above Pickens and London for you. Just it's far and away Puka.
Yeah, not close at all.
There's levels to this, he says. Absolutely. Okay, hey, back to Mahomes and Bijan and neighbors. Any more to add here? Thinking any different now that we see it again? Mahomes for Bijan and neighbors.
No, I mean, my feet aren't to the fire on this, so I'm not going to be able to pick one. Right? It's kind of like you have to be in game, a game predicament, I guess, to give the real take, because this one isn't clear cut. I could see, again, we looked at his team though, and in that context, I'm still fine with Bijan and Neighbors. Yeah.
Still there. Perfect. All right, Rick Reese, 10-team Superflex, 0.5 PPR, point for first down. Christian Kirk, Javon Baker, and a 2025 third, or Austin Eckler. What are we doing?
What year? What year are we?
What
trading
year is this?
2022 Austin Eckler, because you stole. Yeah.
What? I want Christian
no.
Kirk over Eckler at a baseline. You get a free Javon Baker in 2025. Next one.
Yeah.
Jeez. Process deal, 25 first for the 111, Shane, every time.
Smash.
25 second and the 2.5 for a 202 and the 303. So
this is going to be the 205 and the 25 second.
Yep. Pretty easy. Cool. Good work, Dynasty Sarny. Oh God, there's 3 more. Okay, 304 in a second, or 2.6 and the 402.
304 in a second.
Yep. Joe Mixon in 3.3 or the 2.7. That's an interesting one.
I'll go with Joseph here. Yeah, I'll go with Joseph.
Yep, 3.3. You can have that Marshawn Lloyd fall, Malachi Corley. You guys just did that 3rd round mock, right? Yeah. On the YouTube. Yeah. So I like what I get 303 and Joe Mixon. I feel like we'll outproduce that 2.7. So yeah, give me that side. Colby Parkinson, tight end, maybe one of the Los Angeles Rams, and the 2025 second for 2.8.
25 second and Colby Parkinson, please.
There we go. Good work. You're on a lot of the good sides of these deals. Good work. Okay, got 2 deals here. 12-team start 11 Superflex PPR. We have the league winner last year. We'll add some context later if we need it. AJ Brown being acquired for Michael Pittman and 201.
Yeah,
Shane, the floor is yours.
It's start 11, so I get that. You're getting 2 starters for 1. I like Michael Pittman. I do really like Michael Pittman, but I don't believe he's an AJ Brown's level. I'm not sure Michael Pittman's age. He feels old to me. He's got to be right around AJ Brown's age. I don't mean old, but he's like literally right around AJ Brown's age is what I meant. So you're not really getting an age discount. I'm gonna go AJ Brown. I don't want to give the whole oh wait, there's police going by. Of course there are. Okay. But it's AJ Brown for me. I'm tired of like being the soothsayer and being like, I understand the other side. No, I want the hammer. I'm getting AJ Brown.
Yeah, I start like 12 by 11. I can tell myself the story. I can see the context where I would maybe send this away. I need assets. I just need to split the baby, right? I can see it, but I mean, I like what I can get at 2-1. Like I really like the 2-1, and like because it's random because there's no consensus still.
Right.
I still want Swole Batman here, please. Yeah. I want that jersey on the wall behind you there, Shane. That's the man I want in this deal. Okay. And then we got 2022 Austin Eckler, Hollywood Brown, and Zach Moss being acquired for Tyler Algier, the 2.4 and the 4.03. I think I'm still going to be on the Eckler, Hollywood, and Moss side, and I usually when I see those names in a deal, I don't want to be on that side. Shane, do you feel any different?
I hate this deal. Yeah. I hate that we have to talk about it. I hate that it was submitted.
This is the last time Shane's going to be on the show. He's rage quitting after this
one. Yeah, I guess Eckler, Brown, and Moss. And my thinking behind that is if I did have those 3 players and I was trading these 3 players, the 204 is nice though.
Yeah.
But I really don't like this deal. Yeah, I'll go with Eckler, Moss, and Brown. I think I could. Well, we just saw Eckler flipped for I forget what it was, but way too high.
Yeah,
I could probably I could move Eckler in season, and there's a good chance that I'll be able to move Zach Moss as well, and turn this into one of those cascading deals where all the branches branch out. That's what branches do. Yeah. Yes. And then I get even more.
Yeah, I mean. If a pick has poopy 1 attached to it, I kind of want to own that too. So I get that piece. I like 2.4. I feel like I can do some stuff with 2.4, but if you're making me choose a side, I am going to choose this side. again, names, production, sure, I can flip that stuff in season. Hollywood, I don't know, feels like a clogger in a 12x11 at this point, but we'll see. We'll see what his opportunity looks like in season. Yeah, I hate that deal, Shane. I don't like that. I don't like that. We're back to one quarterback. So pull up that mock. Okay. 12 or 10 team, one quarterback, half PPR, start 9. Jonathan Taylor, Evan Hall had to throw in that Evan Hall and Marquise Brown for Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Estime, and a 2025 4th round pick. Shane.
And they're moving to a 10, start 10 next year. Excuse me.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. This is interesting, right? Half PPR, so running backs are obviously a little more valuable. I guess I'm going to take the John Taylor side. I mean, John Taylor, Devonta Smith. In this format, I prefer Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson, it means absolutely nothing to me. Audric Estime and Evan Hall or whatever. Estime, sure. Estime is worth more, right? Because he's the new shiny toy.
Exactly.
I'll take Marquise Brown over. You could give me Jahan Dotson, Audric Estime in the 4th, and I'm taking Marquise Brown. So, yeah, this is going to be the JT side.
Yeah. I think it's the point. If it was a PPR league, I think that would sway me more to the wide receiver side of it. Again, Evan Hall, 25 4th, Jahan Dotson, who heckin' cares, right? I don't want any of those pieces. So simplify it. I like Smitty, but I'll play format here and just go for John Taylor, right? But if I'm trying to kick it to the future, I can tell myself the story on this side. But again, I still don't want Dotson. I still don't want a 4th, and I better have a plan with Estime. So 12 team, start 12. Two tight end, PPR, and a 2.25 tight end premium. And we have your boy Scott, Charles Chill, FFB, on the show. Okay, so we got Zay Flowers, a 2025 first, a 2026 first, and another 2025 first being acquired for George Kittle, Calvin Ridley, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shane, Amon-Ra is in this deal, and he is slapping me in the face as the best part of this deal, hands down.
Yeah, and in case I missed it, it is still a full point PPR, right?
Yes, full point PPR, 2.25 tight end premium.
I get that George Kittle is absolutely smacking in that. Amon-Ra is Amon-Ra. I got to go the Amon-Ra side.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know again it's 3 firsts, which is it's a good package, I guess. Whatever. I'm tired of being nice. Amon-Ra is an absolute monster. He is a fucking monster.
Yes.
George Kittle in this format, one of his spike weeks is going to be absolutely devastating. And he doesn't just have generally one spike week. You know what I mean? Like he's going to have multiple ones where he just carries you to victory. And Calvin Ridley's not a bad piece. Like I don't want to say Calvin Ridley could cross out Zay Flowers, but they're in the same realm of the neighborhood of each other, even though obviously I prefer Zay Flowers. Yeah, I got to go ARSB side on this and Kittle.
All right. So let's break it down a little bit. So would you move a 26 first for Calvin Ridley?
No.
So it's the first over Ridley, but then would you move a 25 first to get a George Kittle in this format?
In this format, I would give at least one, yes.
Okay. So can you say like the leftover of the 26 first and the 25 first for Ridley and Kittle? Is that pretty much a cross off?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Sends Zay Flowers and a first for Amon-Ra St. Brown. What the hell are we doing?
Well, I mean, look, it is a process deal, right? But I think when we talk process deals, at least from my perspective, I'm not going to speak for Scott because he's not here despite his trade being involved. I'm generally speaking in terms of I'm just trying to tear down in the same tier. Yes. Or actually move around in the same tier, playing on people's preferences, as opposed to people looking at the actual numbers that players put up. Amon-Ra and Zay Flowers aren't particularly close. Now, could Zay Flowers get there? Sure. But today, he's not. And today, he's not worth that. So even though it is technically, I guess, a process deal, I'm going to be against this particular process deal.
This is where the tear down can get in trouble, right? Shout out to Adam ATM. He was on the show there with Clay. Absolutely killed it. him and Mike broke down one of my deals where I got out of hand with the tear down, right? I tried to tear down way too far, right? You don't, again, you have to choose your spots here. Amon-Ra is not a cat that I'm just looking to go a couple tiers down and get a first, right? Like I need something specific coming back for Amon-Ra. And again, I like Zay Flowers, but a Zay Flowers and a first ain't it for Amon-Ra in my book. So again, I get it. It's nice to have 3 liquid firsts in your pocket and a Zay Flowers trading away that Calvin Ridley, right? Get that off the books. But again, it's the format of it all, right? Kittle and Amon-Ra. Yeah, I can't get there myself. So give me the Amon-Ra. Good work, Charles Chill, FFB, whoever that is.
I
know if
don't.
you ever
That's
heard
a fun name. Fun name.
really is.
Yeah.
All right, Berserker, old Berserker.
MFL. This is
Yeah.
MFL in the house.
It is 14 team super flex start 2 tight end premium. Don't know what that means. Okay. Scorpion gave up David Bell, Cedric Tillman, the 308 and the 410 for Will Disley and Zach Ertz. Shane, I'm sorry I'm making you go through this.
Well, I mean, look, you traded a bunch. Hopefully, this is Berserker getting Disley and Zach Ertz. You traded a bunch of just absolutely useless. David Bell and Cedric Tillman are useless in most leagues.
Yeah.
In this format, they're even more uselesser. The 308, as much as we love rookie picks, and the 410 really aren't anything. Although I will say you could talk about like, all right, well, they have at least a shot. So I draft someone there. There's a chance I could flip them later.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of just not good things for also not very good players. But Zach Ertz might be able to give you a few weeks, which is probably more than you'll get out of that whole package on the top there.
I'd agree. And like, it's not even your normal 3-8. It's a 14 team 3-8 as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a glorified 4th round pick. I mean, this is a tough one to look at, but I'm just going to play the format and give me the tight ends, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. 12 by 11 Superflex PPR Dynasty lineup. We got Kyron Williams and 1-7 for Bijan Robinson. Okay, now this is a little more of a process deal, right? We talk about moving running backs. There's certain ones you want to move first for. Bijan does fall in that category. Kyron, some people would have had him in that category. I feel like a lot of them have moved him out of that category of wanting to move a first for Kyron. But are you adding a 1-7 to Kyron to get up to Bijan in a 12 by 11 Superflex lineup?
Also has the 104, 106, 109. So he's got a ton of picks. Yeah, sometimes it's okay to I don't want to say overpay, but yeah, I'll pay that. Especially considering the context of 1, 2, 3 more first right there. Yeah. Rather than making all these picks, this is probably a good use of one of those picks. I'm sure he tried the 109 already, and this is probably the compromise they came to. So it's a good enough compromise. You're getting Bijan. I mean, he's worth it. We've talked about it before in the trade before. I won't want to give up 2 firsts for him, but I will. And that's basically what this deal is.
Yeah. And so I think the Kyron reality is probably somewhere in the middle. It's not as bad as it seems. It's not going to be 2023 Kyron Williams anymore. But in the 1-7, it's going to be a good player. It's going to be probably Rome, Bowers, something like that. But I think he said it great, right? You got 1-4, 1-6. So you're already picking at the top of where you get to choose the players that you want there. You can still tier down there, likely too, if you could. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to make all those picks. Let me add that to Kyron, get to the very top of the running back ladder, and I'll figure it out from there. So, yeah, I like it. And another trade, 12 by 10 Superflex PPR Dynasty lineup, costing the 2.9 to get into the top 4 picks. Yes, please. Yeah. So would you pay the 2.9 to move up 1 spot to get into that 1-4?
Yes. I still have some decisional power when I do that, as opposed to the 1-5. All the decisions have been taken out of my hands, at least.
Yeah.
The hard
Good
decisions.
Yeah. Good stuff. Look at that. We're tagging everyone, Shane.
No, what's up, guys?
Here we go. Okay, Robbie Boss, 12 team start 11 PPR 175 tight end premium super flex lineup. Blake Corum or 2/3 and a 4th?
Blake Corum, please.
Cool.
Yeah, Blake. Good job. Using a bunch of stuff. Oh, 25 third or the 306. This seems like an insignificant deal, but I do love deals like this because guess what I can do with that 25 third in season that I most likely won't be able to do with the player that I picked at 306. Actually use it. Yeah. So give me the 25 third and I'll probably get a spot start out of someone.
Exactly. That's some good process right there. 12 teams, super flex, start 11, PPR, 2 tight end premium, and a 0.5 first down. Justin Herbert or Amari Cooper, 104 and the 211. Ooh wee. Justin Herbert, people don't like him as much as they used to, or at least his market's down right now. I'm sure there's people who are, pretty dug in on Herbert still. The 1-4, you can get that Jaden Daniels, that Malik Neighbors, who, we've talked about the 1-4, I think, in the context of Kyler Murray. I want Kyler Murray over Herbert, but is Cooper the 211 and 1-4 enough to get Herbert off you? You might be muted.
No. My internet dropped somehow, even though I'm hardwired.
Great.
That's impressive, right? That's how bad my internet is here. Hardwired, and I still dropped.
Wow.
Anywho, man, it feels like it should be Justin Herbert, right? Like this feels like a panic move, but Malik Neighbors or Justin Herbert, Malik Neighbors, Amari Cooper, and the 211. All right, I'm just gonna have to nut up. This is a super flex league. It's start 11. Man, his only other quarterback was Kyler. 104 means he could have drafted his choice of Drake May or JJ McCarthy.
And a two tight end premium could be Brock Bowers as well.
Yeah, that's true. But unless he's what? I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna take the package. Start 11. I'm gonna be true to my process. I clearly want the pick over Herbert. Maybe I'm bailing on him too high or too low, but whatever. I kind of feel like I'd give up the 105 for him, but not the 104.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting how that works out, right? I feel like in this format, that 1-4, it's not locked in. Like I said, it could be a little more random. So I gotta feel a little bit better about that. Maybe if I had 1-5, especially, I feel like something could slide down to me there. But man, if I told you a year ago you can get Justin Herbert for 1-4, 211, and Amari Cooper, you'd be laughing.
Right. And that kind of, and that's what's in the back of my head going, well, guess where am I going to be in a year on this?
Right.
Because it's easy to fade Justin Herbert right now. It just is. Yeah. But it feels like 104 is probably my cutoff. Anything after that, obviously 106, but 105, I feel like I would give that easily up. I would give that up easily to get Justin Herbert and even add to it. But the 104 is a bridge too far for me. Like you said, Brock Bowers, how you get there? 2-point tight end premium. Dude, is it what he's supposed to be? That could be an absolute monster.
Right. But once you put players to names, right, it changes, right? That 211 is Jermaine Burton. Cool, but it might change how I feel, right? And yeah, Amari Cooper could expire. And yeah, this is one of those deals I am trying to think about a year ahead and how am I going to feel. This is a tough one. Yeah, I feel like package is probably the right answer. But in this context, you only have Kyler. You need another quarterback. Herbert's not a bad cat to get into for this price. So I can tell myself that. So yeah, good stuff. Back to Easy Matt. Kyron being acquired for Zamir White and a 2-1 and a 10x10 Superflex PPR, Shane.
Mute. Definitely on mute. Yep. Right. So the risk of Williams' workload getting eaten into by Corum is definitely there. But dude, Kyron Williams was our RB2 last year. Yeah. He was an absolute monster. If the dude is healthy-ish and doesn't fumble a lot, he's still going to be a monster. And Zamir White, I don't want to call him a jag because I don't think that's what he is. I loved the kid when he was actually a Devy prospect coming out of high school. But I'm going to have to go with Kyron here.
Yeah. Looking at,
and
so
the
2-1 became. It is.
Sorry, I don't know why I yelled at you like that.
Oh, you're fine. It's a 10x10. When it's a 10x10, you got to exclaim it. You got to let me know. 2-1 Lad McConkey, right? This team also has Blake Corum. So you're adding Kyron to a team that you have Blake Corum. So you're kind of getting both ends of the stick there in a lineup league, I guess. Yeah, like I feel like the Kyron reality is higher than Zamir White in the 2-1. So I'll take Kyron Williams there.
Yeah. And this feels like another one of those. Oh, the process is trade this running back for any other running back and a pick. When I say that, if this was Zamir White in a future first, okay. And I know a 201 is literally just one pick away, and technically it would be a first round pick if this was a 12-team league, like most.
Right.
Well, how we think of first rounders.
Right.
But still, I need that one in front of it for the psychological impact.
Yeah, and I mean a 10 by 10, it just give me the hammer shot, right? You can have that lad, you can have that Zamir White. Just give me the shot at the guy who can actually be the difference maker. Again, 10 by 10 Superflex PPR with a 2-point tight end premium. Sent away a second, a 2-7, and a third for a 25 third.
Yeah, I will take the first. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. 12 by 10 Superflex tiered PPR. So wide receivers get 1, running backs 1.5, and tight ends get 2 with a 0.1 point per carry. We got the 1.4 being acquired for 1.7, 2.7, and a third. Shane, I mean 2.7 and a third feels like a pretty cheap price to move up to 1.4 now.
Yeah, this is 104. We talked about it earlier, like the 104 to the 105. There's a significant difference. 107, it's even more golfy. So I'm gonna stick with the 104 here.
Yeah, agreed. Don't need to go more into that. Oh, we got the heroes versus villains trades. This is a crazy 36 team 3 copy, crazy big play scoring bonuses. Tight ends are juiced to the max. Quarterbacks are kind of nuked. So that ginger dude gave up Jordan Love, Trey Palmer, and the 1.21. So the second copy of 107. I don't want to do math. GRT gave up Jalen Hurts, Tutu Atwell, and Harrison Bryant. So Jalen Hurts for Jordan Love and Trey Palmer and a first in a 12, or I guess a 36. So a 12 by 12 start to 13 best ball. 12 teams start to 13 best ball, I think is how it breaks down.
128 is 114 or 107. So it's a 4 copy.
No, it's a 3 copy. So 1.36 be the last pick in the first. So 128.
Either way, it's like 106, 107 ish. Yeah, sure. I mean, people are getting. Well, you said the scoring is nuked for quarterbacks, but I'm guessing
it's not nuked. It's not what you'd expect it to be.
I'm assuming that there's PPC though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Mr. Hurts here. I will cut Tutu Atwell. And I did not know Harrison Bryant's still in the league, so that's good to know.
Not
good
for him. Yeah.
I
just lean Jalen Hurts, but Love in that pick could be something, right? You could probably get the same thing out of that in a best ball. So I can tell myself there. Trey Palmer's a nice little ad in a best ball league too, so I don't mind that. 121. So it sent that pick away after getting it looks like, and then got the 128 and a second. So move back a couple picks, get a second in the pocket. It's outside of that top 4 pick though. So, outside of there, I'm more willing to move that, just give me a second. I'll move back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Especially in a copy league, Shane, right? Where you don't know really what order things are going to go. If someone has multiple picks, they can't take another copy, the same copy of the guy. So the board can really be flexible and there's not really a lot of consensus there.
Yep.
All right, so move back a couple spots. Get it. Cool. Let's find one more. Cody, I love you. We're not going to go over any fourths here. Here we go.
Grinding the edges, man. You got to respect that, right, man? You got to grind the edges. I am not as good at grinding the edges as some other people. I am much better and much more involved when it's like, how big of a trade can I make and stuff like that. But anyhow.
Yeah, no. Hey, if you want to grind those edges, the Overreaction podcast, check it out. They're grinding all the edges over there. All right, Shane, we'll end on this. 12 by 11, Superflex best ball, 0.5 PPR, 1.0 tight end premium with a 6-point passing touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jaden Daniels for CJ Stroud in the 2-7.
Well, I mean, I probably would have went No, I would have went Marvin Harrison. Yeah, it's best ball start 11. So there's multiple reasons why I prefer the 102 and 104 to CJ Stroud and 207. Now, again, I'm going to say, I'm going to pretend I would have taken 2 quarterbacks because it's best ball. But even if I won, dude, it's Marvin Daniels. And yes, Stroud is very good. We know that. He was excellent last year. And the 207 is going to be a very usable piece in this format as well. But did you get Marv and Daniels? Like Daniels, I know I keep talking upside. If he hits his potential, hits his ceiling, he's going to be up there with Stroud every year. And he has the added ability of rushing that he utilizes, which makes him even more of a wild card. So yeah, give me the sexy picks.
Yeah. I mean, in a best ball league, right? You want starting quarterbacks, right? You don't want zero as a quarterback. That also doesn't mean like I don't need to be at the top of the quarterback ladder to feel comfortable, right? I feel great rolling in with the Jaden Daniels, and then the Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably the piece that I am salivating over here. And just give me the picks here. Give me the youth. You can have that CJ Stroud. The 2-7's a great pick to have in best ball, but I'm just going to take Marvin Daniels and take my shot here. Shane, we did it. We got through it. We got through a bunch of trades. Where can the people find you online?
Online on Twitters, you can find me at Shane is the worst, although it's X. But where you really want to find me is in the Patreon Discord. The D5 tier is the one I suggest. Gets you access to all Destination Devy, all the Dynasty trades, and 5 content creators. All the bonus content that you get from us. It is bananas. You would not even imagine how much content you could get. You won't even need any other podcasts in your feed, to be quite frank. So that's where you can find me. Also, I'm on Facebook, but don't friend me. That's weird.
Doesn't your mom still watch from Facebook Live for your shows?
My mom does still watch from Facebook Live, and she will text me during the show and be like, I love you, but I'm not really appreciating some of the things that you were saying.
I couldn't imagine what she's referring to, Shane. I couldn't imagine, but hey, thanks so much for coming on. Yeah, patreon.com/ALLGAS. Get in the Discord, get in the Patreon. It's the best place to be in the Dynasty space. Underdog, sign up with code ALLGAS to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 bonus cash. Check out Shane Says on Shane Says. On the old YouTube show. Shane, you're killing it over there. Happy to have you, in our little family here. And really appreciate chopping it up with you today.
Dude, I appreciate you having me on. If I had guests on my show, which at some point I probably will, you'll definitely be one of them.
Dope. You heard it here first, folks. Take care. Keep making those trades. And if you can sell your junk for a first, that's what we've seen today. Go get those future first. We added this thing. Peace.